be with a provider man, understand that a provider man is not the same thing as a trick or a sugar daddy. These men provide household bills for their long-term girlfriend or wife. Like, they're not just about to be hopping out the gate paying your bills. You know what I'm saying?
He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib. And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want to know why? He said there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population.
What up, though? This your boy Peanut, the People's Nut, the practitioner of life, giving helpful advice. And we back with another one, man. With all this propaganda that's been going around, especially in these dating streets and all these dating podcasts, and they mucking up the water with all this stuff about high value man and he needs to be making six figures and all this other stuff. So many women fail to realize the more important things in life. So we're going to take some advice and we're going to listen to Kim Kardashian, one of the famous women out here. She has influenced so many women to go get plastic surgery, go get a BBL, and she has amassed a fortune for herself. And she can buy herself anything. But listen to what she values the most and what she desires the most after countless relationships. Let's take a look.
I never thought I was lonely, and I always thought that's totally fine. I could just have my kids. My husband moves from state to state, and I'm on this ride with him, and I was okay with that. And then after turning 40 this year, I realized, like, no, I don't want a husband that lives in a completely different state. Yeah. To me, I thought, oh my God, that's when we're getting along the best. But then that is sad to me, and that's not what I want. I want someone that we have the same shows in common. I want someone that wants to work out with me. It's like the little things is what I don't have. I have all the big things. Yeah. I have the extravagant everything you could possibly imagine, and no one will ever do it like that. I know that. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for those experiences, but I think I'm ready for the smaller experiences that I think will mean a lot.
With all this feminist propaganda and all this stuff online talking about if a man can't buy this, you shouldn't listen to him and all this other stuff. A lot of people are failing to realize and missing out on good people. No one ever on their deathbed has ever said that I wish I had more stuff. I wish I had more Lamborghinis. They always talk about how they wish they spent more time with their families or had more relationships. Like she said, man, she got all of these things, big house, go on any vacation, but it means nothing if you have nobody to share it with. So why y'all be focusing so much on someone's money and how much their income is, and you base your worth or how much worth they deserve based off of their income or their job title, is stupid. That's why so many of you guys are missing out on love or missing out on a strong connection, because you're so focused on the wrong things. You're so focused, for men, you're so focused on her beauty and her body count. And women, you're so focused on his job title and his income that you're not really trying to connect. You're not really trying to see if you're compatible with this person. But that's because so many people have bought into the propaganda. Speaking of propaganda, let's listen from one of these guys.
He started laughing. He said, Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. And I said, why am I an idiot? He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib. And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want to know why? He said there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
much like most things in government and in history, you have to question the motivation behind it. Because so many women signed up for this hook, line, and sinker, just like so many women signed up for the Welfare Act, kicking the men out the home. All of this was by design to get more money out of you from the system. And so many women blindly lead themselves into the system with all of this girl bossing and all of this other stuff. And we have destroyed the nuclear family. And people do not want to come together. And that's how you determine a strong nation, by a strong community. And how do you build strong communities? From strong family units. But the family unit is non existent because you have all of this propaganda about single moms being strong, black women being the most educated and buying the most houses. All of that means nothing if you can't share with anybody. That's the whole point of this video. The whole point of this video is figuring out how to heal and get us back together. And how do we come together and figure out how do we work together? It's great to be independent. It's great to be independent, but it's even better to be interdependent when you can coexist with the opposite sex, because we complement one another.
Yeah. See, some of you women are being tested by men and you really don't even know it. The fact that you didn't pay for any of the dates, and it's not even about paying. Some of y'all didn't even offer to pay, because a lot of these men would have paid for it anyway, but he was wondering, is she going to even offer? It's not about money. He's saying, am I marrying somebody who's going to serve me like I'm serving her? Even if a man is considering children, he's saying, is this woman going to take care of my children, or is everything going to always be about her? Is she gonna always, her needs are gonna always come before everybody? If you are constantly dating a man and your needs are at the forefront of everything, and y'all can't even ask these men, how are they doing? How was your day, sir? Happy birthday. Let me celebrate you. Or, hey, can I just take you out? It's Saturday and I planned a date for us. Y'all are not willing to show any love or service at all in a love capacity. I'm not talking about paying bills for people. I'm talking about whatever he's doing towards you, can you do it every now and then to even make this man believe this woman truly loves me? She's gonna.
Y'all bought into what the elites, the Rockefellers, and all these other people wanted. Y'all have bought into it hook, line, and sinker, and you see it every day online, especially with the misanders online. They get carte blanche to just say whatever they want, spew whatever type of hate about men, and they wonder why Donald Trump was in office, why he got voted into office. Those young men that was their first time to ever vote, for 18 years they was hearing how bad they are, that everything that's wrong with the world is because of men. Y'all wonder why they voted for Trump. Like, I don't see how y'all don't get it. I don't see how women don't make these type of logical connections. Well, the feminist women that be online talk about, I hate men and I don't need men, but then get mad when a man doesn't give up his seat. Like, chivalry goes with the patriarchy, right? Like, you can't have both. Y'all like to cherry pick what parts of the patriarchy you want, but you can't do that. You really can't. That's not how the real world works, as y'all started to see. This young lady is going to break it down, because too many women nowadays have bought into this prostitution TikTok talk and think that provider men's are tricks. They didn't turn provider into a trick, not a man that's going to provide for his family in any means of capability. They want you to be able to provide a luxury lifestyle. But this young lady, she hit it right on the head, man.
Okay, so I just want to say this. If you are a woman and you would like to be with a provider man, understand that a provider man is not the same thing as a trick or a sugar daddy. These men provide household bills for their long-term girlfriend or wife. Like, they're not just about to be hopping out the gate paying your bills. You know what I'm saying? And they are not about to be buying you no diamonds and furs and minks and trips and whips and pearls and all of this extra stuff. It's just household bills. Household. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're dating a provider man, you still have to have your own money. Like, these dudes don't want no lazy chick. They not trying to come home after a long day at work and you've done absolutely nothing. You still got to take some classes or do something with yourself or have some type of motion, even if it's not as much as them. You know what I'm saying? Tricks spend money on every chick that they think look good, and then when they bored with you, they'll be gone. Provider men are going to provide for their girlfriends and their wives. They not about to be giving no random chick no princess treatment or meeting you fresh out the gate and doing for you when they don't even know you?
Let's stop it right there. Too many of y'all have a short term outlook. And that's what tricks are. They have a short term outlook. Because, like she said, once they get bored with you, they're going to move on to the next girl. Provider men have a long term mindset because they're legacy building. So they're not going to just spend money on you when they first meet you. They have to make sure that you're going to be there for the long haul and someone that they can build with. Too many girls have bought into this, like, sprinkle, internet wish list, social media wish list of what a provider man should be. I don't know any woman at any history that had a provider man that didn't work. All of them work, especially in this economy. Everybody works because of 1971 when Ronald Reagan took us off the gold standard and put the women in the workforce. As you heard, Rockefeller and all of them, you need two incomes for the most part, for the majority of us. So I don't get why so many women have this wish list of a man, like this young lady right here in this tweet that she put about being put up. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And rightfully so. She got cooked in the comments and the retweets. Because this is crazy. Like, you really believe that that's the definition of being put up? No, that sounds like you need a father. You want your father to spoil you.
Wanting princess treatment may actually be a trauma response. Let me break it down for you. The ways that I expect that for my partner, I realize I can also be a little bit like that. So if I break something in the kitchen, like glass or a plate, I just leave it there and wait for my partner to come home and sweep it up. The fuse blew the other day and he was trying to teach me how to reset the fuse box, and I was like, no, I don't really want to learn about it. You take care of it. And I don't know how to drive. I call myself a passenger princess. I've spoken to my therapist about these dynamics and these expectations that I have for my partner, and she pointed out that I'm wanting this almost parent-child dynamic because I grew up without a father. So I didn't grow up with that safety and stability and protective dynamic. So I'm trying to recreate it in my relationship with my partner. So basically, princess treatment is glorified daddy issues. I also told my boss that while I make multiple six figures, I expect my partner to pay the rent and pay most of the bills. And he was like, but why are you expecting him to pay for you? You're not his child. His money should be for his children. And while I'm still working through that and figuring out what I want in that, I realized that I tend to get jealous of my partner's children more than I get jealous of my partner's ex-wife, because I'm jealous that they have that unconditional love and support and financial security. And that's what I'm also competing for. So think about it. What's a princess, right? You become a princess either through being born as the daughter to a royal king or marrying to a royal prince. So you're afforded wealth, status, privilege, protection, and a comfortable life by associating with a powerful man and a man with status. That's what being a princess is. And think about why so many little girls have that princess fantasy. They want to grow up being a princess.
Like she ended on, man. So many women hold up this princess treatment. And that's really just a trauma response from you being a little girl and not getting the princess treatment from your father. Like, you need to heal your daddy issues before you put that on a man. And I advise no man out there to ever try to heal a woman's father wound. That woman needs to go do that on her own, because she's going to bleed all over you. And she's going to make you do so much and jump through so many hoops to try to maintain her happiness. And while you're drowning, she's going to be flourishing. You need someone that's going to pour into your cup just like you pour into her cup.
I'm telling you, women are terrible relationship partners. This is why men do better with each other. And women out here being crumb bums and fucking scavengers. You know how roaches just come out the dark soon as you drop a piece of crumb, a bread crumb on the ground, and they come over there trying to get it. That's women. Women are roaches looking for you to drop some fucking crumbs. And they do it with everybody. They do it with everybody. Men and women.
And I would like to hear from y'all. Do you think some of these modern women in these dating podcasts have it all messed up about what it means to be a provider male and what's more important in a relationship? Or should these modern women continue to have the standards that they have and men should rise up to the occasion? Y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Until next time, this your boy Peanut the People's Nutman. Peace.
Can't get away.